it do a burnout? Or was it just smoking the belt? How did that look? Did that look stupid? Do I have to refilm that? Alright, today we are doing another mini bike project. Now I know we just got the Trailmaster MB200 from Go Power Sports. With that mini bike, we are going to be doing an engine swap. We're doing a Tillotson engine swap on that one. On this, we're doing something special. Now, you guys probably already know this from the thumbnail and the title. I'm not sure how I'm going to title this, but we're doing an engine swap on this one as well. We're using a CR125 two-stroke dirt bike engine. This is the engine I found at the scrapyard, I want to say a year ago. I paid 14 bucks for this at the scrapyard, and I ended up rebuilding this entire engine from the ground up, and we haven't done anything with this yet. So we're going to be swapping this engine for this engine. Now it probably produces way more horsepower than should ever be on a mini bike, but this is something that I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to take a dirt bike engine and just build some kind of mini bike that is way overpowered and just ridiculously fast, and that's what we're hopefully doing with this. Now, we're obviously not going to be just simply taking this engine out and swapping the two. We're not going to be doing that. That's not the kind of stuff that I do. This is obviously a hardtail mini bike, and I want to build this mini bike with full suspension, long travel. I want a really long swing arm because I feel like if I did put this engine on here and put the tire where this is, this mini bike would do nothing but wheelies. So I want to put the tire a little bit further back so at least it is somewhat rideable. I do want this thing to still look like a mini bike. I don't want to just make some dirt bike looking thing with some big tires. I want it to still look like a mini bike, but perform like a dirt bike. I'm not sure how well that's going to work. I'm not sure if we're going to be pulling that off, but we're going to at least try. I think the first thing to do is to just start taking this thing apart and figuring out how in the world we're going to do this. Alright, so I think the first thing we should work on is figuring out how to add the rear sprocket to this mini bike tire. Now, obviously this sprocket on here won't work. It's a different tooth size, so we have to replace it with one that works for a CR125. Now, I bought 4 different size sprockets to make sure we have the right one for this project, and I'm thinking of going with this one. This is a 38 tooth sprocket, and I'm looking at a picture of a CR125, and I'm looking at how big the tire is and how big the sprocket is on the tire, and I think this is the one that most closely matches the CR125. Because the CR125 has a 25 or 26 inch rear tire, and this is a 19 inch rear tire, we obviously have to put a smaller sprocket on here to match the gearing and to match the, the gear reduction. So I think let's just go with this one. If it doesn't end up working, we can always simply just swap it out for a different one if we need to. Alright, so these finally got here in the mail. These are for the new bearings for the rear tire for this mini bike. This is the original bearing, this is the original axle. I wasn't entirely sure if this was going to be able to hold up to the 30 some odd horsepower that this engine produces, it being 0.467 thick. A little bit less than ½ inch, so a little, you know, I'm not really sure if this would hold up. So found new bearings on eBay. These new bearings have an inner diameter of 0.59. So that's 130 thou, I believe. 130? 120 thou, somewhere around there. Just a little bit bigger. You can see the size. This is the old one, this is the new one. A little bit bigger will allow us to have a thicker rear axle that will hopefully hold up to the power that this engine produces and hopefully won't snap in the middle of the woods. So anyway, now that we finally have the new bearings, we can install them and start working on the rear swing arm. Alright, so right now we need to start working on the rear swing arm. That's the next step that we can work on, but we can't really do that yet until we have the rear shock that we are going to be using for this project. Now, I bought a couple on eBay. We're waiting for those things to get here. They haven't gotten here yet, and we kind of can't build the swing arm without the shock being here because I bought a couple different ones. I'm not sure which one I'm using. I'm not sure how strong they are. So I'm not sure if they're going to work. I'm not sure if I'm going to need to buy others. I don't know yet, so we don't want to start working on the swing arm till we have those shocks, and we can't really work on anything else without the swing arm in place. So for now, I guess this project's kind of on hold. I guess I can start working on the other 5 projects that I'm in the middle of while we wait for the shocks to get here. I know I'm probably going to get crap. I've gotten crap for this in the past, starting new projects when I have a bunch of other stuff I'm in the middle of. It's hard not to start new projects when I have a ton of ideas of things that I want to build. It's hard not to start new stuff, and you know, yes, I know I have a bunch of other projects I'm in the middle of that I haven't finished, and that's just, you know, it's whatever. I will get to those eventually. How about that? So now, I know you guys are going to be wondering, am I bringing this to the Gambler 500 mini bike race this year? The plan is no. No, I'm not. I'm not planning on bringing this to the Gambler race. It'd be nice to. It would be cool to have this in the race. My plan when building this wasn't to build this for the Gambler race. This is just something I've always wanted to build. I actually looked up, the rules of the Gambler race, and it says that you can't bring anything with gears. That's what I read. I'm not sure if they mean if you do bring something with gears, it's not going to be qualified to win anything, or if you... Because I remember last year it was just bring whatever you want, but certain classes will be awarded stuff, so I'm not sure if I could bring this to the race if I wanted to. So for now, let's just say I'm not planning on bringing it, but that may change. Who knows? If the Gambler race even happens this year. I really hope it does happen, but due to this coronavirus, due to everything just shutting down, I wouldn't be surprised if the Gambler race gets canceled, because kind of unfortunate. I just got a call from Tim yesterday, my sponsor from Go Power Sports. He says that the Pate Swap Meet is canceled this year. So that's kind of really unfortunate. Really was looking forward to that. So apparently that's not happening this year, or at least it's pushed back until October or something like that. I think that's what he said. So not really sure about that, but all I know is it's canceled. Everything's shutting down for some reason due to this coronavirus. Everybody's freaking out. Everybody's panicking for some reason. Why is everybody buying toilet paper? Why is that a thing? Screw food. Screw water. We need toilet paper. That's really a necessity for some reason. Why is that a thing? Anyway, I don't want to get into that because, yeah, so... Anyway, while we're waiting for those songs to get here, I'm going to start on some of the other projects I'm working on, but for now, I got to end this video here. Thank y'all for watching. I'll see you in the next video.